Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing one of my laying down in bed videos. Not everyone likes to see that, but you know what? I am at the age where I don't care whether or not you would rather see me sitting on a chair instead of laying down in bed. I'm doing this because it's comfortable and it will allow me to think of whatever it is that I want to say in a more relaxed and not cue card oriented manner. Okay? So, for those of you who like to hear consistency with different YouTubers, well, you can go to the people who keep doing the same thing over and over again if you want. Anyway, the point of this video is kind of on that subject. It's the idea that, let's say you want to know what someone thinks about a new album that comes out. And let's say there's a bunch of podcasters and reviewers who are reviewing the album. But the reason you want to have their take on it is because maybe it's an album that you heard that you don't like, and you're surprised at all of the people who are praising it. So you go on YouTube and you check out a bunch of different videos of people reviewing the album. And maybe some of them have a title like, "Is this worth your time?" Others might have a title, "This is awesome." But throughout all the different reviews, they all seem to eventually get to the point where they all say, "This sounds very good." And in some cases, I think that they're sincere and that they do think the album is good. And in other cases, I almost, maybe not quite, but almost get the feeling they might be thinking that even if they don't really like it, they have to try to make it sound as good as they possibly can. Kind of like, this song totally stinks, but then again, that's what made it interesting. So I eventually got to where I could listen to it many times and like it. But if that's the case, well, I've seen that too, where they might say, I first didn't like it, and then later I liked it. But with some songs, I'm thinking, well, why? Why did you like it? Especially if they start out saying, "No, this is not a good song. I don't like it at all, but it's interesting, so I like it." Which one is it? It sounds sometimes like they're trying to shape what they say so that it's like if someone's going out with someone who they don't like at all, but no one else will go out with them, so they first say, "I'm sorry, but I think that we should break up." But other than that, I think we should go steady. Kind of like, that's sort of how it's like. Like, I don't like this song, but I really like the album, and it's my favorite song on the album. Well, then that means that it's an album of songs that you don't like, but it's your favorite album. I've seen almost times when people get kind of twisted like that, like they're saying something and then they want to retract it by not really retracting it, but by totally and outright saying the opposite of what they first said. Now, I've seen different uh, podcasters and reviews of stuff. I would say there's a few who I like because they give interesting reviews. They have groups that are not on the regular path that I might not have heard of, and I find that their information on them, or their story on how they got the album, they're cool. They're the kind of people I would be happy to talk about music with. And then there's others who have very good personalities, and they have a very sure and entertaining way of describing the albums that they're reviewing. And I find I agree with very little of what they say. And I find that many other people follow suit as far as the kind of reviews that they give of the albums, and they're saying the same thing about it. So this isn't going to be where I talk about a specific album like that, even though there are some that I could think of. But what I will say is that it's not only record reviews, it's also just the idea that if, let's say, you watch something and then the YouTube algorithm gives you more things to see on that subject, sometimes they will give me very interesting things. Other times they will give me only what seem like carbon copies of the kind of stuff that I already saw. And they don't always get it right as far as what I want to see. Sometimes they give me suggestions on things that I wouldn't want to ever see. But hey, whatever. The point is, I find that there's a lot of times when it's like filling up an empty vase with empty content. It's the idea that you're watching this video of someone giving a review or someone doing whatever it is that you're watching because there's nothing else to do. Like, if I were to go and ask different YouTubers their opinions on my music, I probably wouldn't get any response. I've sometimes gotten responses on other websites. So yes, it does happen. But a lot of times, people who do reaction videos or who do YouTube videos or whatever, they want to stick with things that are not mine. That they want to review stuff that at least has some recognition. And I would say that a lot of my music is actually quite good. And some people watch it. Many people only prefer to see my videos where I'm talking, and when I'm talking about groups that they know about. Because after all, it's not about me, apparently. Just like any podcaster or any YouTuber will have to realize, the reason why people watch something is because of the subject. So if this subject, whatever it is that it might fall under, is popular, then this video will be popular, possibly. But me, I wouldn't necessarily be considered popular because I don't stick with a very certain type of content. I go and do a bunch of things. So I would say the topic of this is the monotony of YouTube videos. Okay, why not? That's a good title. Because after all, I might look at someone's videos about something, and if I don't agree with what they say on their one video, I might think, well, then maybe they might agree with me on something else. And I find that it's all a way. No. If you find on the first video that someone's saying stuff that you strongly disagree with, chances are it's going to be many videos like that. Whereas if you find someone who you find what they say is very much compatible and agreeable with a lot of what you think, chances are some of the content will match your ideas and opinions. There'll be maybe someone who you could maybe give a compliment to and say, I like your videos, and you might have conversation. You never know. But yeah, I would say the video kind of content that I usually like to see on YouTube is either I like to see reviews of albums, like if it's a ranking video, I like to see those. I like to see restaurant reviews where someone goes to a restaurant and reviews it. I like to see occasionally, if you're trying to figure out different things about a certain app or how to fix an iPhone or something, sometimes I like to watch those too. And occasionally I like to watch maybe a jam session if it's someone who is really good that I like. I like to watch stuff like that. But I would have to say it all depends upon the particular video. And right now, I'm hoping that some of my audience will watch and comment on some of the videos of music that I've done on my channel. There are some who have given snide and annoying comments, but at least those are comments and they did look to see the videos. So I know I'm not going to get anything like a few thousand likes on this video, I might get maybe 4 or 5 views after a few years, but I'm not one of those big content makers, only because people don't know who I am much, and they don't look for me. How would they look for me if they don't know me? Anyway, I would like if people were to watch more of the videos that I do of stuff that I think they should see, because then they'll open their minds to things that they might not think of or know of otherwise. Anyway, I might do another video about something more specific and less rambling. But I wanted to do this because it's like cleaning up the dust of thoughts about certain things. And if you like my rambling like this, hey, fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a comment that you want to make on why you have not watched some of the videos I've done on my music playlists, please let me know. Okay, take care.